Welcome back. A shocking kidnapping case has sent waves across Ondo State after operative of the Ondo State Security Network Agency, popularly known as Amotekun, rescued a kidnapped victim and arrested 4 members of the same family, including a father and his 3 sons, over their alleged involvement in the crime. The dramatic rescue operation was not only saved the life of the victim, but has also exposed what security officials describe as an organized kidnapping network, allegedly operating under the cover of legitimate business activities. The case has left many Nigerians asking one disturbing question: how could a father and his own sons allegedly become involved in such a dangerous criminal enterprise? The announcement was made by the commander of the Amotekun Corps, Adetunji Adeleye, while parading a total of 43 suspects arrested for kidnapping and other criminal offenses in Akure, the Ondo State capital. According to the commander, the suspects, identified as 56-year-old Ilasu, along with his 3 sons, Usman, Wahab, and Yakubu, were arrested in Oba Akaku, located in Akaku Southwest local government area of Ondo State. The story began when a man traveling to Oba Akaku was reportedly abducted by armed kidnappers. Like many kidnapping victims across Nigeria, the abductors allegedly contacted his family and demanded a ransom in exchange for his release. Faced with fear and uncertainty, the victim's relative reportedly decided to negotiate directly with the kidnappers instead of immediately informing security agencies. According to Amotekun, the family eventually raised the ransom money and paid it, hoping their loved one will regain his freedom. But what happened next was completely unexpected. Despite collecting the ransom, the kidnappers allegedly refused to release the victim. Instead, they reportedly threatened the victim's family, warning them never to report the incident to any security agencies if they wanted the victim to remain alive. For several days, the family waited anxiously, hoping the kidnappers would keep their promise. But when it became clear that the criminals had no intention of releasing the victim, the family finally approached the Amotekun Corps for assistance. According to Commander Adeleye, the moment the report reached the security outfit, officers immediately launched an intelligence-driven operation to locate both the victim and those responsible for the kidnapping. Using intelligence gathering and surveillance, Amotekun operative traced the suspect to Oba Akoko, where the rescue operation was eventually carried out. What investigators allegedly discovered during the operation stunned even experienced security personnel. According to the commander, the kidnapping syndicate allegedly consisted of a father and his 3 biological sons. Adeleye alleged that the family used cattle as a cover for their criminal activities, allowing them to avoid suspicion while allegedly carrying out kidnapping operations in the area. Security officials say that Amotekun operative moved in to rescue the victim. The suspects allegedly launched an attack on the officers in an attempt to prevent the operation. A confrontation followed, but despite the resistance, the security personnel succeeded in overpowering the suspects. The kidnapped victim was rescued alive. However, what officers found after freeing him painted a disturbing picture of the treatment he had endured while in captivity. According to Amotekun, the kidnappers allegedly tortured the victim using knives and cutlasses, inflicting serious injuries to his head during his ordeal. The victim was immediately rushed to a nearby hospital, where he is currently receiving medical treatment. Doctors are reportedly attending to the injuries sustained during this captivity. During the operation, Amotekun operative also recovered several items believed to have been used by the suspects. Among the exhibits displayed during the parade were various drugs, alcoholic beverages, cigarettes, and what officials describe as a camouflage material allegedly used to blindfold kidnapped victims while they were being held captive. Perhaps even more remarkable was the recovery of a substantial portion of the ransom money. According According to Commander Adeleye, security operatives recovered more than 75% of the ransom that had already been paid by the victim's family. He explained that because the money belonged to the victim's relatives, the recovered funds had already been returned to them after being documented by investigators. The commander emphasized that the cash was not only displayed publicly during the press briefing before being handed back to the family for safekeeping. Speaking after the operation, Adeleye once again warned Nigerians against paying ransom to kidnappers. He stressed that ransom payments often do not guarantee the release of victims and may instead encourage criminal groups to continue targeting innocent citizens. According to him, many kidnapping gangs simply collect the money and continue holding victims hostage, while others return later to target the same families again. He therefore urged members of the public to immediately report kidnapping incidents to security agencies instead of attempting to negotiate privately with criminals. He noted that prompt reporting gives security agencies a better opportunity to gather intelligence, track suspects, and rescue victims before they are moved to more remote locations. The latest arrests come as Ondo State continues strengthening collaboration between Amotekun, the Nigerian police force, and other security agencies in tackling kidnapping, armed robbery, and other violent crimes. In recent years, Amotekun has played an increasingly prominent role in intelligence gathering, forest patrols, and community policing across Southwest, helping security agencies respond more quickly to criminal activities in rural communities. Kidnapping remains one of Nigeria's most serious security challenges, with travelers, farmers, students, and business owners frequently targeted by criminal gangs seeking huge ransom payments. Security experts say the latest case demonstrates why intelligence sharing between communities and security agencies remain critical in combating organized crime. For many Nigerians, however, perhaps the most shocking aspect of this case is not merely the kidnapping itself, but the allegation that a father and his 3 sons were all involved in the same criminal operation. If proven in court, the case will represent one of the most disturbing examples of alleged family involvement in organized kidnapping scene in recent times. As investigations continue, authorities say the suspects will face prosecution in accordance with the law. Meanwhile, the rescued victims begins what will likely be a long journey of physical and emotional recovery after surviving a terrifying ordeal. For residents of Ondo State, the successful rescue serves as a reminder that while kidnappers continue to threaten communities, coordinated intelligence, swift security action, and public cooperation remain powerful tools in the fight against violent crimes. If you find this report informative, share your thoughts in the comment section. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more news reports. I'm Chidera Isom. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next report.